Hi everybody, it's Diana. I want to show you a quick card today using the Awesomely Artistic stamp set. And oh my gosh, I just love this card so much. It was actually one that I did for my class in the mail. But I just wanted to show everybody the videos for the class in the mails just go to the stampers that take the class. So I wanted to show you this card because I just love it so much. So anyways, so this is the card I'm going to show you. So what I have is, this is the shimmery white cardstock because it colors so nice, but it stamps crisp. I like to color with the watercolor paper, but it does have a texture to it. So sometimes your stamping isn't as crisp and flat as you get with the shimmery paper. So a lot of times I've been using that because it still lets me color really, really good. So, and what I'm going to stamp is with the new archival Stampin' Basic black pad. And now September 1st, you can order this. So run, don't walk, and order this stamp pad. I've been using it for a while and I just love it. We also have a new archival gray as well. So it's really, really nice. It's not the foam pad like the ones we have, it's the linen. So you'll just have to remember that when you're stamping with it. So anyways, so what I'm going to do is I am going to ink up my flower. And a lot of times if it's a big image, I will ink it up like this. Then I can see if I'm missing any spots or anything like that. So I'm ink that up. And then I'm just going to stamp it on to my circle. Now this is one of the framelits from the circle collection, is where I got this circle from. So alright, so it's going to be stamped on there. And it's going to be trimmed, so it doesn't matter if it's in the center or not. Alright, so then just figure out, I want to cut it, I think I'm going to cut it like that. All right, now how I'm going to color is with the aqua painter, and this is just like a makeup sponge or makeup remover sponge, but what it does is it lets me control the water on my aqua painter, and they're inexpensive and I can just throw it away when I'm done with it or if it gets full of ink or whatever. So now the first thing I'm going to color is I'm going to take my Sahara and I'm going to ink up my aqua painter. And I'm just going to put a little bit of gray. I'm not being too intricate and too particular, but I do just want to have a little bit of shadow lines every once in a while on the outside of my flowers. Sometimes I'm more picky, but nature is a lot more forgiving, so that's why I love to color flowers, so you don't have to be so perfect. All right, so we're going to put a little bit of Sahara, then take the old olive, give it a squeeze. And if you're coloring a whole bunch, I would just squirt refill into the lid, and then you don't have to keep squeezing. And then you don't have to squeeze, 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 and then you just close it up, and it's all the way ready for the next time. All right, so now I'm just adding, I put it a little bit on the leaf there, or the flower. Okay, so I'm just doing my leaves, and I'm just going very quick. So the first coat is just quick with the old olive, and I'm not going to totally color this. Let's see, and I will even color some of the flower petals, like in the center. I'll put a little green because you don't really know, and I like to have a little bit of green in the center as well, not just the blue. Okay, so I think I've gotten most of them. Do a couple of little stems. Now after it's dried, then I will go back with the old olive. So make sure it's all the way dry. Then just go back with your old olive, and then you'll just touch just in the center where the leaf would touch the stem, and now you'll have like a darker area. So that's just going to give you your highs and your lows, and it's just one ink pad. You just want to let it dry in between. If it's still wet, it's just going to pull that color out where it was wet before. So just make sure it's all the way dry. Now I'm going to take the Soft Sky, give it a squeeze. And just clean my aqua painter. Then make sure this lays flat. There we go. Now I'm just going to, so the same thing as I did with the leaf. I'm going to pick up the soft sky and I'm just quickly coloring these flowers. I'm not trying to be too anal about it. I know I'm famous for being anal, but like I said, coloring the flowers in its nature, it's just, you don't have to be so intricate. So I'm just going to quickly color them. Now I'm not going to do all of them. So it's the same thing that we did with the leaf. You want to make sure it's dry, so I'm going to bring it up here so my eyeballs can see. Looks good and dry. So then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take my aqua painter and I'm going to load it up with the soft sky, and now I'm going to touch the center that it's coming out of the center of the flower, but I'm not going all the way to the ends. I want the ends of my petals to be lighter. So, okay, so then I would continue doing the coloring. Then for the center of my flowers, I'm going to use the new Watermelon Wonder. I don't know what kind of flowers these are. It's kind of like a, I don't know if, I guess it would be like a fall kind of, it's not a daisy when you color it this way, but I just love this. You can have it be anything. I did other colors with it, and I did them yellow, and then it was totally like a daisy. So now I'm just putting, and I love that little pop of the watermelon in there with that soft sky. It's very, very pretty. And then we just keep going. Keep going. All right, close that up. Then what I have is, so I would finish it. So now I have a piece of the DSP from Farmer's Market, and it has the pears on the back. I love this pack of DSP. It is so, so cool. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my flower, pretend it's all the way colored, and then I'll go back and color it later. So I'm just going to put some of my fast fuse on the side of my circle. And I'm going to come over here, and you can glue it wherever you want. I'm going to come up about there. I'm going to cockeye it just a little bit because I do want there to be flowers going off of it. So then I'm just going to turn it around, and then just following the DSP, I'm going to cut off the rest of that circle. So now I've just got half of that like that. Then it's going to get glued onto my crumb cake. So I'm going to take my fast fuse. I love this. It's so sticky that your cards will be together forever. All right, so there is that. See how straight I am? I have a little bit of a shadow, so it's hard for me to see. Okay, so now it's on here. Now for the fun part. So that's the little banners I have here. Now I've already cut them ahead of time. And what I did was after I cut them, I used the banner punch. Can you see that? Little banner punch. And then all you do is you put it in the banner punch backwards. So you do have to make sure the paper's cut small enough. These are 1/2 inch. So yeah, 1/2 inch. All right, so then it goes into the banner punch backwards. So I'm going to stick it into here and give it a punch. And what that does is it gives me that fishtail look. Now obviously, this one is too big. So then I used the triple banner punch. So we have a couple banner punches. But for the small one, I just used the little one. So then all you have to decide is how you want your banners to look. And it can be like a puzzle. Let's see, try to do it as close to the other card as I can. So then I would go like this, and then I'm going to go like this. That would be cute, right? Then you would glue all those together, and then cut off your extra sticky out stuff, and then your card. Now the button I used was the Classy Designer button, and I put a piece of the Old Olive Baker's twine through it. Now what I do to thread my buttons is I have a needle threader just like this. So what I do is I bring the little needle threader up through the button, and then I stick my piece of baker's twine through there and just pull it through the button. So now you don't have to lick your fingers or use profanity as you're trying to thread your buttons, and just pulls it through. And now I have my button all threaded. Then just tie it in a knot with a pretty little bow. Easy, easy peasy. Pull your tails. So you get your little bow about this, as long as you want your little rabbit ears. You will trim that off, add a couple of glue dots, and I just stuck it to the side. Isn't that the cutest card you've seen? Love it! Anyways, so, okay, I promise I'm going to try to do one video a week, okay? So this counts for this week. But what I would love for you to do is email me or leave a blog comment and tell me what you would like to see in the videos. It makes it a lot easier if you tell me what you want to see than for me to come up with stuff. So I want to definitely do more of those since Jeff made me this handy dandy permanent camera mount. It makes it a lot easier. So anyways, hopefully you enjoyed that video and learned a couple little tips and tricks and for the watercoloring and everything. And I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.